Hi there. This week, my article is on badass women housewives. And because why you say I got this article or I read the LinkedIn post this week or last week from Joy Wilder LeBar. And I loved the post. She was holding her grandbaby and saying thank you to the team that she was working with for allowing the baby to be a part of the call. She had to babysit her grandbaby because her daughter had to rush out to work. Well, as women, uh, we are very multifaceted. Uh, we multitask on a regular basis. It was something we learned since we were probably about 5 or 6 years old and how to do that because of all the things that women had to do. I don't know about you, but for me, my mother was constantly out working as the and my sister was born when I was about 5, and I think I've been cooking since I was 6 or 7 years old, and just helping out in the home some type of way. Um, and looking at the various things you have to do. I think my mother taught me how to balance a checkbook at 10 or 11 years old and how to pay bills and just various different life skills I had to learn. And so I didn't want to go past the housewife and the importance of the housewife or the mother at home. This role is so crucial and they have so many skill sets are transferable to various careers that they could have in their life. Especially, I see leadership management roles because on a day-to-day basis, I see them as CEO, whether they're married or a single parent household. They are CEO of that household, and they have to run it as such. They're responsible for managing, directing, organizing, reviewing, adjusting. They have a lot of the management characteristics as well as leadership characteristics they have to have in managing that household. I had to put this article together again because I see that the woman has so many things to do. And as a parent myself, and now as a grandparent, I wish that somebody had sat down with me and helped me through a lot of the things that I went through that my family probably suffered because I worked outside the home a lot. Not to say that that's a bad thing that you work outside the home, especially if you can get help. And I was blessed. The companies I worked for helped me in some type of way, especially on my first start, because I had a skill set that they needed and wanted within that work environment. But not all women are as lucky as I was, that the company offered them some help. At Invesco, where I worked, my boss was a lady, a grandmother, and she reached out and she found ways to help me. The teammates found ways to help me. The nanny found ways to help me. My sister, my mother found ways to help me. Because at the time I went through a divorce and I had to provide for my family, my kids. Now, I say all this to say that employers forget about what the economists say, that the housewife is not an income producing or a contributing member to the economic environment. They are, not just from buying power, but from their ability to strategically map out things that they need to map out for their home and to balance things in a way that allows their home to be more profitable as a business organization. The home I see as a business. I run my home every day as a business. I have to make sure everything is done in that business, that income is flowing through, the advancement are coming through, that is organized, especially when there were children involved and they're in the home. Now that my kids have exited the home and they're on their own, even though I still provide mentoring and coaching to my kids, there I had to enhance my skill sets so that I was prepared for whatever the world of work brought forward to me. In my particular case, I was laid off from an organization. I could have stayed within the same field I was in, but I decided, like many women decide, to take another route. And I chose the academic profession to work in for a while I learned more about and adapted more to what Maryland's interest was. So while I was working, even though I was passionate about what I was doing, I didn't recognize or wasn't aware of other passions that I had. Like I hated writing. Can you believe it? I hated writing. The woman that writes something every day, I hated writing. And so now I write quite a bit. I write on a daily basis. I find it so rewarding to me. It hasn't been as income producing as I thought it would be, but that's okay because it feels another value system that I have. And that value system of helping people and making things in a way or showing them in a way that is amenable, that they can take that information and get it in their head, absorb it, and do something with. So, yes, women CEOs, homemaker CEOs are badass women because they manage the situation. They have children that they have to nurture and bring up to become citizens in this mad world we live in sometimes. And then if they're married, they have those spouses that they have to constantly provide motivation and affirmation to, that they are badass men, that they have it going. Do you think these things just happen? A man with a good wife, a motivator at home, is a man that rises up the ranks in corporations. So those same women that we're turning our backs on and saying, why? They're not doing anything. They're doing everything. They are the secret glue to a lot of growth that we see in America today. All right? Or any country today. They are that secret ingredient. So when you're thinking about looking at a woman who is exiting being at her home life and coming into the work world, really rethink because she comes with a lot of mad, valuable skill sets. All right?